Okay, so in Premiere Pro we know how to get footage onto the timeline. Okay, so let's go on to how we do actual edits. Okay, so I can click on this and I can move it around. Okay, oops, let's undo that. Okay, and you'll see there that you can move your stuff left, right, up, down, so on. Okay, and this is with the audio attached to the video. Okay, if you wanted to undo that, you can right click and unlink. Okay, it will separate them. Okay, if you want to link them back up again, line them up just like that, highlight them both, right click and link, and they are now attached again. Alright, so that's just moving things around. To make edits and cuts, okay, you can go to the very end of your clip and you can drag it and trim it in like that. Okay, same with the other end. Alright, or you can use the slice tool, which is C on the keyboard. Okay, and your cursor tool is V, so we're going to go between V and C. Okay, so I want to say cut it here. Just turn that down a sec. Click C, my razor blade appears. Okay, go back to V, maybe get rid of that, and so on and so forth. Okay, so they are how you make edits in Premiere Pro, and it's up to you how you want to do it. My preferred way is to do the in and out points exactly how I want them and then lay them in order without having to do any trims or slices until I'm getting down to fine tuning and I want to make changes. It's completely up to you. Okay, so the next thing really is effects. Okay, we've done cuts, we've done edits. Alright, so we know how to put things in order on a sequence. Okay, now the effects in Premiere Pro, if they're here, we have an effects tab. If that's not here, you can go to Window and Effects, just make sure it's ticked. Video effects. Okay, adjust. This is adjusting color, okay, levels, alright, lighting effects, alright. Blur and sharpen, okay, sharpening things, making things look blurry, again, controlling that, okay. Now, channel, this messes around with your blue, green and red channels in the image. Okay, now I would probably not play with these at all. Okay, maybe invert if I want to go for a negative effect, and that is probably it. Color correction, again, if you've got white balance that's out or you want to change the color of an image or of some footage, you would use these. You've got broadcast colors here, so this is kind of a filter that makes sure that it sticks to the broadcast color range. Okay, you can add tints, so if you want to just make something look like it's got an overlay of color, that would do that. Okay, distort. Okay, so corner pins, you can move your corners in and out, you can magnify areas, mirror. Okay, spherize, make it look like something's gone into a ball, okay, making it bulge. You can twirl, wave, okay. Generate, okay, so if you probably might use a lens flare if you want to make a lens flare appear on your screen, okay. Write on, so if you have any text, it will actually write it on for you. Image control, so here we've got black and white, color balance and gamma correction, so they're all to do with color and your brightness. Okay, so that's your gamma, your brightness. Keying, okay, you might use the garbage mats. Okay, so mats is if you layer up footage, so a garbage mat will allow you to see through one layer into another. You might use the luma key, and you will use ultra key if you're using green screen. Okay, that is the filter we use to process green screen. Noise and grain, you can add noise and grain if you want to give something a bit of a vintage look or make it look a bit more filmy with some grain on it. Perspective, so this is using 3D, okay, making things look 3D in a sense of making it look like it's sticking out of the image. Okay, so you can bevel edges, drop shadows, making something look like it's coming from the distance and so on. Stylize, there's lots of different stylizers, so you can alpha glow, okay, there's find edges, mosaics, okay, I'm sure you know what a mosaic will make it look like. Okay, you can do strobe light, so it'll flash. Okay, and you can texturize, so you can overlay different textures and add that texture to the footage. Time, echo, and posterize time. You might not use any of these. You might use echo, which is kind of a ghosting effect. Transform, so you know there, crop, edge feather, making something blur, slowly fade from one thing to another. Okay, horizontal flip, vertical flip. So if we wanted these wires on this end and that light on that end, it would just flip the image over. Okay, so this background shot would be over here, and the lens here would be over there. Oh, that's transform already. Come on, there we go. Okay, you can add transitions manually in the effects, but we'll touch on transitions in a mo. Okay, ignore trap code. That's a plugin that's on my machine. You won't use utility. You won't use the Cineon converter. And you won't use the time code. Okay, that's so you have your time code imprinted on your footage. Okay, so all I'm going to do for the moment is put a black and white filter on. Okay, so I've gone to image control, black and white, and I'm going to drag it onto this shot here. Okay, so you'll see the difference there. If I double click on this, it will open it up here. I can go to my effect controls, and I can turn that effect on and off using the little FX button here. Okay, so you should be able to see that on and off. Okay. Now, what you can also do is keyframe effects. Okay. So let's find an effect that we can keyframe. So let's go for color correction. Tint might have a... Okay. There we go. So tint has a keyframe. So ones that have these little stopwatches, they have key. That means you can keyframe the image. So that effect can slowly work its way in, work its way out according to how you want it to. So I'm just going to turn off black and white. Okay. Now here, tint allows you to map black and map white to particular colours. So if I go on, click on this, I want my blacks to be, say, yeah, a dark red. We'll click that. And you'll see the blacks here have gone red. And I will now map my white to blue. Click that. There we go. So that is a very strange looking effect. Okay, but I don't want it to always stay like that. I want it to go from that to being normal. Okay, so at the beginning, I'm going to add a keyframe, amount to tint, so how much we want this to actually be there. So we want it 100% at the beginning. Click on our keyframe. Work our way in, and just as that starts to change focus, about there, I'm going to drop that to 0. Okay, and you'll see on this little graph here, if I move this over, these are our keyframes. That's at 100%, that's at 0%, so in between those points it works its way from 100 to 0. Okay, so it comes in like this, and it works its way to that. Okay, and that is how you keyframe effects. Alright. So I think that's effects sorted. Like I've said with Final Cut as well, you just need to play with it. The best way to learn these programs is to just experiment with them. Okay, play around with different effects, play around with different filters, and see what you get. You'll see here now that we've actually got a red line, so that means it needs rendering. So let's highlight all this, press return. And there we go, that's our effect. Okay.